Prior to Hackbright, I worked seasonally for a little bit. So in the winters, I would manage a rental shop and ski, and then in the summers, I was a director of a summer camp.
I worked at an economic consulting company. So it was a company that dealt with class action lawsuits and providing evidence using data that we received from defendants or plaintiffs.
I was a fine artist in San Diego.
Well, originally I was an English major, studying on the side, trying to learn Python and SQL and JavaScript. And I had done some freelance WordPress development.
I was working as a business development analyst at an investment management company in New Mexico.
I was just kind of going through the motions, doing the same thing, dealing with a lot of people.
I was an educator, so I studied biology, marine biology specifically, and taught high school students.
Having graduated from college with a degree in psychology and gender studies, and I was looking for somewhere where I could go and learn to become a programmer of some sort.
You have a bunch of women who have made the choice to, in a lot of cases, totally pivot from a different career path. And so it takes a lot to make that decision and sort of take on that risk of, you're paying some company a bunch of money to teach you a new skill, and you're at the end of the program, you're supposed to come out and be able to land yourself your first engineering job.
And I picked up Python on the side and tried to learn it by myself, and I loved doing that. So I thought, it's been 5 years, why don't I just try and transition into a different industry?
I was really nervous at first. I didn't know if this was the path for me, primarily because I was such an active person. And I just didn't know if it was something I would like or would be capable of doing.
Just from the conversation that I had with a few other folks that are in the field already, they recommended that I do a boot camp instead, since I have a master's in science. They're like, you already have, you don't need to go back to school, you just kind of need to learn these skills.
I graduated from Hackbright in December 2018, and now I'm a junior software engineer at a company called Maya Systems.
And then I went into the industry, and then I taught part-time for Hackbright, and I really enjoyed that. And so when a full-time position came up, I applied for it, and the rest is history.
I ended up landing a job in a month, actually with one of the companies that came to our demo night.
I don't know, I get to tell computers what to do, and then they do it, and it works. It's amazing.
Never thought I would have a sit-down job. I never thought I would be able to focus at a computer for 9-10 hours a day, but what I didn't realize is that I'm actually doing work that's engaging. So even though it looks like I'm not moving, my mind is probably moving just as much as my body would be if I were doing any physical activity. And I really enjoy it.
I think for me, I've always loved puzzles. I've always loved to do, crossword puzzles and brain teasers, and ever since I was a young kid. And so I think getting to do that and getting paid for it is one of the luckiest things you can have.
I met some of my very best friends in the city through the program. We have reunions now.
To me, it's just really amazing that I had all these skills that I didn't know I could transfer into the technical field. I didn't know I could, use all of these skills that I was using with high schoolers to work in tech, which is really awesome.